Hi, I'm Richie Chamberlain. I'm a CFI here at Melbourne Flight Training. I'm going to show you how to pre-flight a Cessna 172. First, we're going to come inside. All right. If we have our can, we're going to be looking for our aircraft times, our tachometer, and our Hobbs time. And doing that, we're going to turn on our master, and we're going to come over here to the inside, and we're going to look for our flight time and maintenance times. It'll be popping up right around here. And we check that, make sure they match what's on our dispatch sheet. We're allowed to turn that off. From there, we're going to check our aero documents. So, aircraft airworthiness and our registration. That's going to be down here to the left. So we'll pull those out, make sure they match our aircraft. All right, so we'll check that, make sure that the registration and aircraft airworthiness match, and we're good to go. We'll put that back. We're going to check for our supplements, operation limitations and performance, and our plane's personal weight and balance. And that's going to be back here in our gray duffel bag. So we'll go in here, we'll check for those. If they're here, we're good. If they're not, we go back in and we talk to our dispatch. From there, we'll take off our control lock. So put a little pressure onto the yoke, and we'll pull out the control lock, and we'll put it back behind the seat, as well as our pitot tube cover. So we'll take that off and we'll put it behind the seat as well. Next, we'll keep inside the cockpit. We'll make sure that the keys aren't inside the ignition and that it's off as well. From there, we'll turn the master switch on. And what we're going to be looking for is our fuel gauges to make sure that there's the correct amount of fuel that we do, or we know when we check outside, as well as the alternate static source. We want to see a jump in our VSI as well as our altimeter. So we'll pull that. We see a little jump in our VSI as well as our altimeter. So we're good there. All right, come in here. We want to check our fuel gauges. It shows that we have full fuel. We'll go verify that out when we do our walk around. But from here, we're going to turn on our pitot heat, nav light, beacon light, strobe light, and landing light. We're going to do our initial walk around to make sure that the lights are on. We come around here, our beacon light is flashing, our rear nav light is on, and we're going to keep coming around to our right wing. Want to make sure we have our green nav light on, as well as our strobe light on. From there, we verify both of those are on. And we come around to the front of the cowling and make sure our landing light is on and operative. And from there, we come to the left side. We want to see a green nav light and our white strobe light on. And then we come around, we make sure that the pitot heat works. All right, big thing, just touch it, make sure you feel a little heat, don't grab it, you'll burn yourself. Then we'll come back inside. Before we turn the master off, we want to make sure our flaps are down. Wait for them to fully extend. We'll turn all of our lights off, except for the beacon. Then we'll turn the master off. All right, we're gonna start a pre-flight walk around. Here at the baggage door, we're going to start by checking for the general condition of the fuselage as well as the antennas. So we have our COM1, COM2, our GPS, and our ELT right here. Make sure that they're all attached. And we're walking down the side of the fuselage. Coming to the leading edge of the horizontal stabilizer, making sure there's no dents, no cracks. And we're coming to our elevator. With the elevator, we want to make sure one thing, we have our counterweight on the inside. Want to make sure we have this counterweight right here. We have our counterweight right here. Then what we're checking for is the connection points. We want to have a nut and bolt. So nut and bolt here, nut and bolt here, and we're good. Then we're going to come inside. We're looking for 5 bolts for the connection point. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then we flip up the elevator, come down, make sure the rudder cable. We have nut and bolt facing away from the fuselage. We don't want this rubbing up against the fuselage. All right. And from here, we'll untie the rear of the aircraft. Then we'll lay this all the way back. Then we'll come back up And we're looking for nut and bolt, nut and bolt, nut and bolt all the way up the rudder. We want to make sure the VOR antennas are secured. Then we're coming down the other side. We're looking for the same nut and bolt. We just want to verify that they're still there and that they're attached. Make sure we didn't miss anything. Then again, on this side, we're going to verify that it has the reciprocals of the connection. So the other side had 5 bolts. This side, we're looking for 5 nuts. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They're all there. We're going to flip up the elevator. Again, we're looking for the rudder cables. So nut and bolt, facing away from the fuselage. Then while we're under here, we're going to look for the trim nut and bolt. So nut and bolt there, connecting the elevator to the trim, or the trim to the elevator. All right, then we're coming up and we're looking for nut and bolt, nut and bolt, nut and bolt, counterweight. All right, and from there, we're flipping around, again, checking the horizontal stabilizer for any dents, you know, cracks, anything like that. Then we're coming down the side of the fuselage. From here, we're going to flip to the underside of the flap. Then we're looking for nut and bolt and the flaps on the track. And again, nut and bolt, a little bit of play, nut and bolt, flap on the track. All right, and from here, we're going to flip up the aileron. So on this side, we're going to look for 4 connecting bolts, then a little piano wire that goes through, keeping it connected. All right, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, and a little piano wire coming through. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4, connecting rod between, then the aileron rod right there. A little bit of play. Then we're coming down, we want to see 3 counterweights. So 1, 2, 3, 4 bolts, and a piano wire. All connected. We'll flip this down. Coming around, make sure the lights are secured, no dents, no cracks, anything like that. Coming along, we'll untie the wing. From there, we're going to come and check the fresh air inlets, make sure that there's nothing blocking, no birds or anything getting inside. Want to make sure they're all clear. We verify that, and we flip on the other side, and we check the tire. Yep, after coming from the air inlets, we're coming down to look at the tire, main landing gear, and the brakes. So what we're looking for is 3 bolts and a cotter pin. Any of those missing, please tell maintenance and get it fixed immediately. Now, with the tire, what we're looking for is that there's tread and that there's no flat spots. Now, if there's a flat spot and there's at least 1 piece of tread showing, you're good to go. Now, if there's any cord showing, it's an automatic grounding. Please do not fly that aircraft. Then, what we're doing, we're coming over here, making sure that the brake pads right here are more than the width of a quarter. If they're more than that, you're good to go. And we're also making sure that all the nuts and bolts here are secured, nothing's missing, and there's no leaking red hydraulic fluid. From there, we're gonna sump the fuel tank. So we're gonna come up here, we're gonna use our gat jar, we're gonna start sumping the fuel tank. Now what we wanna do is get about 3 fingers width of fuel in there so we can check for any debris or any water. All right, from there, we're gonna get our little step stool, we'll come up to the fuel cap, and we're gonna empty the fuel back through the strainer. We wanna be very slow in case there's any debris or any water. We want that staying inside the jar. Now, we're gonna measure the fuel, the quantity of fuel we have. So we're gonna undo the fuel vent, open it up, take our fuel stick with our fuel stopper so we don't drop it down in the tank, put it flat inside the tank, put our finger on. Now we're gonna check the quantity of fuel. All right, so here we have about 13 gallons of fuel, like that. And we're just gonna come back in, hover over, lift our finger, drop the fuel back in, and put our cap back on. Now we measure the fuel in our right fuel tank. We're gonna come up here, we're gonna check for our oil quantity. All right, with our engines, we have D2Js, max is 7, minimum of 5. So right here, we're right at 7 quarts. That's perfect. We're gonna put that back in, make sure it's tight. We don't want that coming out during our flight. Then inside of here, we have our fuel strainer. So we're gonna pull that. We're gonna bend down here, do a little acrobatics. Find our strainer. And we're gonna pull that, and again, 3 fingers width. All right, we get our 3 fingers width. We'll keep that there. We're gonna bend down. We're gonna check our nose wheel. All right, so 3 bolts, nuts and bolts on our landing gear. And we're gonna come around, flip to the underside. We're gonna look for our fresh air inlet. Make sure that there's nothing caught in there, that the filter is free and clear. And we'll come up to the cowling inlets, make sure there's no bird's nests, nothing like that. We're gonna check the alternator belt. Make sure there's a little bit of play. All right, from there, we're also checking that there's nuts and bolts on right here on the inside of the cowling, and that there's no bolts missing from our spinner. Then we wanna feel the leading edge of the prop, make sure there's no gashes. And we're coming on the other side, again, checking for no birds, no debris. And we're gonna pop down, check the other side of the nose wheel. So again, we're looking for the reciprocals. The other side had 3 bolts. Here we're looking for 3 nuts. So 1, 2, 3 nut and cotter pin bolts all up the oleo strut. We're good there. And we pop up and we check our static port. Make sure that there's no blockages, nothing got inside of it. It's free and clear. From there, we're gonna check our fresh air inlets for the pilot side. Make sure that they're clear, so 1, 2. They're both clear. Come here, pitot tube, clear, there's no blockages there. Then fuel vent. Make sure that's there and that it's secure. Then the best one, stall horn. All right, you can be, like a normal pilot, just make sure that's clear, or you can be like a real aviator and do the real test. All right, from there, we'll come down and check the left side main landing gear and tire. Again, we're looking for 3 nuts, our cotter pin, that there's no flat spot, there's tread, and no cord showing. Then we'll flip to the other side. We'll check our brakes, make sure they're good, no missing bolts, and no leaking hydraulic fluid. From there, we'll come up, we'll untie the left wing of the aircraft, on down. From there, we're gonna come across the leading edge, make sure there's no dents, no cracks. Lights are here, we're good, they're nice, safe, and secured. Then we're gonna flip under to the aileron. All right, and from here, we're looking for the 3 counterweights, 4 nuts, and we're coming through. Again, 4 nuts and bolts, piano wire, connecting rod with a little bit of play. And coming through. 4 nuts and bolts, piano wire, and we're good to bring the aileron back down. Wow. And we come to the flap, nut and bolt, flaps on the track, nut and bolt, connecting rod, has a little bit of play, nut and bolt, flaps on the track. Then we end up back here at our baggage door, make sure that it's secured. And that is your pre-flight for Cessna 172.